Hello, I'm Stephen Mao. I've been asked to present a short video on the topic, what will it take to educate the next generation of thought leaders for a complicated world? I believe that there are three interrelated items which need to be discussed in order to achieve this goal. The first item is a change in the students' attitude and expectations. Students should consider that education is not an entitlement. They are not entitled to pass simply because they paid their school fees and have spent 4 years at the university. As the former vice president of PolyU, Professor Demokian, had said, the university's policy is easy entry and stringent exit. So we should not be rewarding students with mediocre or substandard performances with high grades. And education is also more important than the students think or realize or appreciate. Sometimes we have the impression that they are not interested in their education when they are not punctual for class, they sleep in class, or they're using their electronic devices for non-educational purposes while in class. The second item is the educator's attitude. We should not lose our passion for teaching simply because of the pressures of research outputs or administrative work. We should also realize that we cannot please all the students all the time. I would suggest that we should do what we consider to be the right thing and not to be fearful of the students or their SFQ feedbacks. We should challenge students to think. Make them into deep thinkers rather than surface thinkers. How can we accomplish this task? I would suggest for your consideration that we do not simply hand out PowerPoints to the students. We do not provide them with tips about the examination materials. These two items simply encourages students to be surface learners and to delay learning the materials until the revision. I believe that we should make students solve problems in order to instill thinking skills and problem-solving skills. I would suggest that classes should be interactive. This is difficult to do in large lectures and sometimes in some of the larger tutorial groups. Nonetheless, I've tried this and I've had some success with it. And I think it will become increasingly easier if all colleagues adopted this teaching method. The interactive lessons provides feedback to both the students and to the educators concerning the students' comprehension versus memorization of the taught materials. This also helps the students with their self-confidence and their independence. The interactive teaching forces students to integrate the knowledge. What they learn in one module is not necessarily confined to that one module. For example, what is learned in the law module in my department can be used in a property management module or a construction management module. And educators should not be complacent about the students' abilities. Too often, my colleagues have said to me, they are PolyU students. What can we expect? What can we do? I would suggest we need to have high expectations rather than low expectations of the students. We should challenge the students to meet our expectations. Because at the end of the day, we are educators. We are here to teach. The students are here to learn. We are not here as babysitters to watch over the students for their 4 years in undergraduate studies. The third and final item required to educate the next generation of thought leaders for a complicated world is the support of senior management. Many of the points mentioned earlier in this video require the support of senior management. Of course, senior management should listen to students' inputs, but we should not be treating students as little emperors. It is one thing to be consumer-oriented. It is another thing to cower before students, their SFQs, and any adverse media publicity. Thank you.